together. Good to see Harlow's playing well. He's great concoction. Obviously, two games I have seen so far, but also looking for see what he's about. Around his hip with rain, so I know it'll be obviously James will be interesting to look at as well. But yeah, obviously, first time I've ever seen a Isthmian sort of but that's a bit tricky with that. A little bit more ecstasy than what he normally does, so it's going to be interesting. It's about the FA Cup games, about being nervous when you've got sort of 14 teams above them. Could be go either way. It's not completely explosive. It could be very scrappy and both teams a bit scared. Interested in how the game starts in the first 10 minutes.
Now, you want to download Periscope, enable background audio in your settings, and you'll be able to listen to the games and not have to hit Periscope with a background audio setting. The commentary does cut out at some point, and it seems to have live for the second half. So Harlow Town in the traditional red and white kits, Chalfont St Peter in all blue this afternoon. Something will have to give. The Hawks sitting on 3 points in the bottom of the league, 16th place is Chalfont sitting on 6, and it really is almost a 6-pointer at this stage in the season, Keith.
Yeah, it is. It's a massive game, and you don't normally get that only after about 7 games. But especially going into it looks like the next break after this game as well. For don't know how long. It'll be important for both sides to try and get finish with a bit of positivity, and obviously, hopefully for both sides, then they can regroup a little bit over the break. But quite interesting to see young Callum Taylor as well in the goal for Harlow. Obviously, I know he's on loan. I think from Southend, isn't he? But yeah, he looks exceptionally young to me. And not maybe ideal for a young kid to be thrown in the deep end in a game like this, but hopefully his character will come through, and we wish him all the best.
Well, he does, and it was certainly a baptism of fire for him in that 6-1 defeat against Ware. So the game will be underway momentarily through the number 11 for Chalfont, Ashley Hunt. Harlow Town kicking right to left as we look from the gantry here. Chalfont left to right. And the first action of the afternoon is a ball put out from Cyrus Gordon to go out for a Chalfont throw on the far side.
I think it's going to be really important, Jake, that Harlow see through the first 10 minutes, because the last 2 games they conceded within a minute and about 4 minutes, I think. So I think that hopefully Dave's just sort of said to him, look, just be solid and clear our lines and settle down and try and grow into the game. But at the moment, they're defending straight away with Chalfont on the attack here now.
And it was Danny Wickenden who had the ball there, and it's cleared away by Dave Collis. Standing wall on the pitch, the first time I've ever seen him set a game personally on this pitch. Coney's got the ball. Coney plays over to Craig Alcock on the far side. Craig Alcock in to, I believe that is the number 9, Jaden Phillips. Jaden Phillips has still got the ball. Of course, the goal scorer of Harlow's only goal the last time around against Ware, and Chalfont clear, and Chalfont have possession through their number 7, Stephen Powell. Team sheets are smaller than usual as well, so we're going to have to kind of bit of guesswork with the names here. As the ball's played up the line to Chalfont. Chalfont have got it on in the middle of the park now, forced to play it back, and I don't think he'd be too happy with that pass straight out of play, and it will be a Harlow Town throw for Ahmed Bayer.
Yeah, it's going to take a little while for both sets of players to get used to the service. It is flying off at the moment, like I said, getting stuck in some places and zipping off on others, so I think it's taken a good 5-10 minutes to get used to it.
Ahmed Bayer will take the throw on this near side for Harlow. Just over halfway through Chalfont time.
Just interesting looking at Chalfont's marking of Jaden Phillips there. They've just left him all on his own in the middle of the goal, so they might not say, but they're coming. It looks like playing 2 up front as well, so they look positive. And it looks like obviously they're signing Junior Brown is the holding midfielder for Harlow today, with obviously the free sitting in front of him.
The initial throw went nowhere really, but there's another Chalfont throw on this near side. The throw is taken, Wickham heads on, and it's played in the middle of the park by their number 9, which is Alec Copley, and he wins a foul for his trouble, and it will be a Chalfont free kick. It will be a free kick for Chalfont just over the halfway line to be taken by Ethan Burden. He knocks it back to his centre half, and then it's over to the skipper, Luke Elliott. And it's played forward, and it's a good ball forward, but it should be covered quite convincingly by Harlow Town's number 5, which is Gavin Austin. Of course, brother of Courtney Austin, the striker, who's not in the squad today through injury. And the ball goes out, and it will be a Harlow Town throw on the far side to be taken by Craig Alcott. Alcott takes the throw, it's headed away by Luke Elliott. It's picked up by Harlow with Alcott in to Brown. Brown plays forward. Christian's got the ball and wins a throw on the far side. So about 2 or 3 minutes into this game so far. What are your thoughts so far, Keith?
Yeah, like I said, it's a little bit nervy from both sides at the moment. Pleased to see Simon Gordon playing as maybe the 10 in the midfield. The last few games, he's sort of what I've seen, he's been sort of more of a 4 holding. And obviously it's a decent sort of little start for them. But they look quite comfortable, obviously with Brown sitting there for him. Like I said, he's quite tall, isn't he? He looks like 6'3", 6'4", so he's going to add a little bit. So it'll be interesting how he starts. But yeah, it looks like your 2 forwards are playing it sort of quite tight with Cohen on the left.
Callum Taylor's taking a goal kick. It's flipped on by Christian Tennant and straight out of play. And obviously another thing we need to be watching out for is the offsides. I think at least twice a game of being caught offside, so something we need to get out of the game. So far, no offside yet. It's a ball's played down the line, and it will be a Harlow Town throw on this near side to be taken by Ahmed Bayer. Bayer takes the throw. Looked to be flicked on by Coney, but the 2 gets the ball in the form of Ethan Burden. Harlow Town looked to be in here as the ball's played back to their goalkeeper. The goalkeeper, of course, is Andy McCall, and he kicks the ball forward. McCorkell, sorry, I do apologise, as George Doyle looks to win possession. Chalfont have still got it on the far side through the number 10, Owen James. Owen James has still got it on the far side. He's beating Craig Alcott, plays the ball across, and it's cleared by Gavin Austin in to Brown, and Brown moves forward, looking to find Christian Adeguyemfe. Christian's got the ball now. He's still got the 3 on him. Christian getting some yards here as he looks to call Chalfont some danger, and Harlow Town win a corner.
Yeah, good little play by Hunt on the left, but good defending as well from Austin for Harlow there. Sort of dealt with that really, really well. Just a little bit positives for Harlow. They seem to be more on the front foot where when they haven't got the ball. They seem to be pressing a little bit more. They seem to have the urgency. So I'm sure David would have told them to go out straight in the kick-off and obviously try and give the fans a little bit, at least show that it does care and a little bit of passion. So they have started a little bit, we're trying to put a bit of work rate in, so fair play to them for that.
Alcott takes the throw, it loops in the air, Brown heads, and it's headed away by Chalfont, but Christian's got the ball now, and it's picked up by Danny Wickenden, who plays the ball forward, and it's great.
Yeah, that's a good foul, to be fair.
I wouldn't have given a foul personally. I thought he won the ball, but the ref said no. Ball's played forward, and it's back in the air from Chalfont, as Chalfont look to head it to their number 9, Alex Coughlin, on the far side, but it's out of play by Gavin Austin, out of danger rather, into the number 7, a new signing, junior Jason Brown, with the ball that's played over to Coney, as you say, would have been offside, and the ball's headed back to the goalkeeper. Chalfont have possession in the middle of the park, play the ball forward, looking to find the number 10, Owen James, who has been on the score sheet quite a bit recently. Owen James shoots the ball out of play, and it will be a Harlow Town throw on near the far side corner flag.
Yeah, both teams not really threatening too much, do they? It's, you know, like I said before, the game, it looks like it's at the moment a little bit scrappy with, you know, just I think the main objective for both teams here is to not get beat by the looks of things.
Yeah.
Harlow, to me, slightly at the moment look like they've got a little bit more quality than Chalfont, but obviously it's still early days at the moment.
Chalfont's number 2 has possession in the form of Ethan Burden, who's managed to get the ball past Christian twice. Harlow Town win possession again.
Phillips has made a great run here, he's offside again, but
yeah, like you say, it would have been a good ball put
it's a shame that Gamfrey stopped, because I think if he would have traced that down, he would have maybe gone through there.
It seems to be a thing, like I said earlier, being offside, and it's come to, I think against Hartford we equalised and it was offside, and the keeper's put the ball out of play, so it will be a Chalfont front deep inside Harlow's half.
At the moment, it seems like Chalfont quite happy just turning the Harlow defence. I don't know if they're trying to play over Dave Collis, but you know, they're not played too much football at the back, but teams that are down that neck of the woods, down the end of that end of the table, don't want to take much gambles at the back, so maybe they're doing the right thing.
It will be a throw to be taken by Ethan Burden. Ethan Burden takes the throw. He's well held up by the number 11, Ashley Pump, and Harlow Town win a free kick through the forward by us. He opts to leave it, and it will actually be the goalkeeper, the loanee from Southend United, Callum Taylor, to take.
Yeah, I'm not sure your goalkeeper should be taking a free kick. See, I'm not a great lover. 2 yards from the touchline. If he makes a mistake here, he's never getting back. So put your foot through it, kid. He's done well.
Maybe a bit of the Rob Budd experience there he's trying to pull off. As Danny Wickenden has the ball for Chalfont. Tackled by Amit Bayer, Cyrus Gordon. Wickenden gets back. Wickenden with a good ball put through to the 10.
That's good covering from Alcott there, to be fair. Otherwise they was in serious trouble. Ooh.
Yeah, like you say,
That's what I'm saying about the goalkeeper. He looked very nervous with the ball going back to him. Then he just about cleared it before being shut down.
And it will be a free kick to Chalfont St Peter, just over the halfway line in their own half. Just over in our own half, actually, to put the ball forward. I think it may possibly have been for an offside. I didn't see any foul in the build-up.
Can't be offside in his own half.
That is very true. You can tell I'm not a player, just a commentator. As the ball's put in from Chalfont.
Right on the goal, yeah. To be fair, not a great delivery, but not a bad idea. The first, that's what I've been saying to my side. Put every single ball underneath the young kid's crossbar and see how he deals with it from the beginning. Because he's conceded 6, he's young, he's going to be a bit nervous, but I'm not sure if he tried that or if it was just a poor delivery. I think I'll go on my instinct. I think it was a poor delivery.
And, Callum Taylor will take this goal kick. The goal kick's taken, it's headed by Brown and out of play, and it will be a Chalfont throw on the far side. I think if you look at both teams, I think Chalfont have probably edged it more in terms of actually keeping the ball on the floor and trying to play football. Neither team with much real conviction at the moment. As Chalfont head the ball forward again. It's headed away by Jules Doyle. Knocked down the line by their number 2, and it's still Chalfont with possession, and it's won by Gavin Austin. Gavin Austin loses possession, and Chalfont have it now through the number 11, which is Ashley Hunt, and the ball goes out for a corner.
Yeah, Dave done well there. Dave Collis got his head in the way, stopped a goal, a goal band shot, and he's gone out for a corner. I think it'd be comfortable for Callum anyway, to be fair, but he's had to deal with that.
And the corner will be taken on the far side from Danny Wickenden.
No one's marking the 6. He was all his own.
Wickenden's put the corner in, and Callum Taylor collects.
Again, something a bit worrying there. The biggest player in the Chalfont St Peter's side, left unmarked for a corner in the 6-yard box.
Amit Bayer's got the ball, big striping run forward from Amit Bayer, looks to play in Jaden Phillips. Jaden Phillips couldn't quite get on the end of it. The ball's back with Craig Alcott just over the halfway line. Plays the ball to Christian, who's now on the far side. Christian's got the ball, it's back to Alcott. Alcott plays the ball through, Jaden Phillips is there. Phillips has got the ball for Harlow inside the area. Looked to play across the box, but it took a deflection and Chalfont clear. And Gavin Austin should have cleared the ball there. He clears it in to his opposition.
Look at the 2 midfielders, not got back quick enough.
In the form of Alex Kathleen, but Harlow Town win the ball back. And the balls played forward. I think the atmosphere is a little bit flat today as well. It's almost got that kind of we know it's the last game for a while thing.
I don't know. I think there's two teams that are struggling for a bit of confidence and don't want to make a mistake. If I'm honest with you, Jake. But the bit of positive signs there with Amit Billa going forward. If I was looking at the Harlow management there, sort of the run, sort of no one went near him and sort of went past 4 people at his pace. And if the one thing you can see at the moment is that they don't look the quickest side in the world, Chalfont, and they look a little bit lethargic. So instead of going along, I might look to maybe run it a little bit.
It just showed there, like you said, without misplaced pass, Harlow Town knocked the ball forward and it ends up going out for a corner for Harlow.
Yeah, good work from Jaden there. He chased that down in the corner flank and won himself a corner, won the covered team a corner. So hopefully he can get something from it.
We're late. And it will be Jules Doyle to take the corner on the far side. Harlow Town trying the corner tactic that paid dividends initially a couple of games ago when Christian scored against Ashford, which turned out to be the equaliser on that day. We lost that game 2-1 in the end.
Gone out.
Corners not even
went straight out.
Went straight out. I don't know if that's even humanly possible to do, but it will be a goal kick. But that was support from Harlow's perspective. You at least want to beat the first round of the corner. And it will be a goal kick to be taken by Andy McCorkle. And goal kick's taken. It's held up nicely by their number 9, which is Alex Caffline. And Harlow Town win possession again through the middle of the park, and it's Brown. Brown still got the ball. Good footwork, but intercepted by Danny Wickenden. It's now over to Amit Bayer. Amit Bayer's got the balls into Hazis Coney. Hazis Coney fixed it back to number 2 really well on this near side. Still Hazis Coney. What a great run from Coney. Balls into a box. And unfortunately, if the number 9 Jaden Phillips was a foot taller, that would have probably been 1-0.
Yeah, great play from Coney down the fine line there. It's a bit disappointing that Kemphy didn't break his neck to get in the box. I think he had a bit of a sprint from there, he would have got in there as well. But great work, as I said, down the left hand side again. Down Chalfont right, that seems to cause them all sorts of problems just running at them. So I think they need to target that a little bit more.
And Harlow Town now have possession momentarily, but it is cleared and it's picked up in the middle of the park. Great defending there by Brown. Brown lays over to Craig Alcock. Alcock puts the ball into the box. Oh, and nearly lands the keeper. Christian heads! Oh, he's off the line. As Jaden Phillips gets to hit the ball in. What a goal-saving clearance that was from Chalfont.
Yeah, it's a great defender, but I don't know what the hell the goalkeeper was doing there. He was pedaling back and he's basically patted it straight on the end of his head instead of turning it around for a corner. Good delivery by Alcock, he tested him. So now obviously Harlow's starting to put a little bit of pressure now.
I think you could argue that maybe Christian should score that before it goes over for Jaden Phillips to try and get it on. But,
yeah, possibly, but again, you know, if it weren't for great defending, it's 1-0. So he's done his job, he's hit the target on his head, and it was just a great clearance. Again, these long runs, it'd be interesting because there's zonal marking, so they should be able to deal with this.
And Jules Doyle will take this corner on the near side, corners into the box, and Christian heads, but on the side of his head, goes out for a corner.
Yeah, another chance there for Harlow. He maybe should have done better. It looks like he just took his eye off the ball as the defender come across him.
And the goal kick will be taken by their number 1, Andy McCorkle, wearing grey and it looks like a blue kind of sponsorship trim today as well. Everyone bunching over towards the left side of the pitch, or their right, but our left. Yeah, balls, free goal kicks taken and straight out of play. Disappointing from a Chalfont point of view, and it will be a Harlow Town throw to be taken from Craig Alcock. Alcock takes the throw, and Brown heads on to Christian, and it bounces off Christian, and Chalfont win a free kick for the Troubles, and it will be taken by, looks to be taken by their goalkeeper actually. The goalkeeper's running forward to take it, but the skipper, the number 5, Luke Elliott, tells him, no, I'm having this one, and it will be a free kick to Chalfont. The free kick is taken, it's got some distance on it, and it's the number 10 who's got the ball.
Roll it here.
And it's number 10, takes a shot just over the crossbar, number 10, of course, Owen James, and wasn't too far away from being 1-0 to Chalfont there.
Completely missed, they've missed the bounce of the ball when it's rolled through. But to be fair, Danny Wickenden made a great run into involved him in. I think he's just got to slide it past the keeper, but He's hit a shot and it's just sailed over the crossbar. Harlow a little bit lucky there.
Callum Taylor will take this goal kick. The goal kick's now taken and it's up in the air from Chalfont. And it's Brown who controls the ball down on the floor, looks to play in Cyrus. Cyrus gets intercepted, it's Danny Wickenden over to the number 2, Ethan Burden, and the ball's now cleared forward and it will be Callum Taylor to collect in the Harlow goal. Takes a couple of bounces, there's no rush to take to distribute the ball out of his hands. Now he has, it's up in the air. Phillips looking for it, but Christian gets it in the air. And it's Ethan that has the ball momentarily, but it's now picked up by Coney. Coney's now got the ball with a little roll, trying to get some space, puts the ball into the box. Jaden Phillips nearly gets his head on it. It's the number 10, which is Owen James, who has the ball for Chalfont. It's now with the number 9, Alex Kathleen, and goes out for a Chalfont throw on the far side to be taken by their number 3, which is Brandon Kalu.
Again, Coney's done ever so well, but again, Christian just didn't break his balls really to get in the box and score. And if you need to score goals and you're centre forward, that's what you've got to do. You've got to actually break your neck to try and get in there. And it's just like ambling him, waiting for the ball. And it's not like I'm picking on him, but I just think he could. Your team need him to make a bit more of a run, and I think he could have had 2 goals if he would have.
And Brown's got the ball, chips the ball forward, looking to find Phillips. It's headed away by their number 5, Luke Elliott, and out for a Harlow Town throw just outside the home dugout to be taken by Craig Alcock. Alcock takes the throw. It's Phillips who looks to play the ball across. Doyle heads it. Coney's got it.
I think he's your match winner already. I've seen so far is Coney. I think he's causing this right back all sorts of problems. So I'll just keep giving him the ball.
Pulls Coney up from the reserves, and Ahmed Bayer looks to put the ball into the box, and it's twisted away and cleared. Looking to play down the line to their number 11. Number 11, of course, is Ashley Hunt. And the ball looks to be into Alex Kathleen there. Kathline's got the ball. And Craig Alcock thought it's foul. If they'd have scored then, it would have been a bit controversial, but his final touch was poor and runs into the path of Callum Taylor.
So Alcock was a little bit lucky. I think it was a foul that sort of took his eye off the ball, but again, Harlow not clearing their line, Jake. It's like a centre arse at the ball, and he's kicked it 3 yards along the floor, and that's their only downfall at the moment. But Chalfont's slightly getting on the front foot a little bit as well there.
Dave Collis has the ball for Harlow. Dave Collis over to Ahmed Bayer. Bayer down the line.
He's in trouble there.
Looking to play in space. And the captain, Luke Elliott, heads it back to the keeper, and the keeper throws it out to the number 3, Brandon Kalu. Brandon Kalu plays the ball down the line into the number 11, Ashley Hunt, and it's back into possession with the number 7, Stephen Powell. Cleared forward, headed away by Collis, but it hit Gavin Austin instead of going to where he wanted to. And the 9, Alex Kathleen, takes a shot. Really should have done better, well wide, and the score remains Harlow 0, Chalfont 0.
Exactly the same again. Couldn't clear your lines, they did it straight against the centre forward, and they're in. They're just riding their luck a little bit higher at the moment. They don't look too confident at the back, and the work rate's starting to sort of slow a little bit. They're in the midfield. A few warning signs. They need to sort of get themselves back where they was in 10 minutes ago. Lucky to be 0-0 at the moment, Jake. 2 great chances. To be fair, he's got a target there.
Yeah. Could have easily been 2-1 in this game so far. It remains 0-0. And Callum Taylor takes the goal kick. And it takes a bounce. And Christian could be in here if he can get the better of Luke Elliott. And Luke Elliott wins a free kick for his troubles.
Both defences don't look very comfortable at the moment, Jake. You can see why they're both sort of struggling where they are at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you there. As the free kick will be taken by the goalkeeper, it appears. And the goal kick's taken out into the number 2, which is Ethan Burden. Plays the ball into Danny Wickenden. Danny Wickenden intercepted by the number 7, junior Jason Brown. And I've got to say, so far, he's made a great debut for Harlow.
Yeah, he's done alright, mate. He's played out well. Just needs a little bit of help in there. Yeah, he's done very well there. He's got the long legs, hasn't he? And he's sort of broke up play when he's needed to. But yeah, he's had a very good start.
And the ball's played from Burden.
That's a
and
foul.
it's-
We'll just
yeah. As soon as we've sung his praises, he's giving away a foul, and it will be a free kick to be taken from Chalfont for a foul. I think it was on their number 4 Panny Boxer.
He's just saying that he's had 3 or 4 fouls, so that's all. Next one, I think you're going to book. But you'd rather see that as a manager. You want to see, your midfielders sort of hitting tackles, and if they make fouls, at least it shows that they care and they're putting in the effort. It's the ones that you don't see that don't get a booking.
Yeah, most definitely. And the free kick will be taken by their number 6, Ricardo Alexander Greenway. The free kick floats into the box. Luke Elliott looks to get on his head on it, but it's headed away by Brown. And Harlow Town give away a throw on the far side. The throw-in's taken is now into the 7 Stephen Powell. Stephen Powell now gives away a
James
throw.
on his own on the edge of the box. That's where they just need to have a little look, Harlow. That's where they haven't cleared their lines, and them little gaps is where they've been caught out. So a little bit more communication, I think, needed when they haven't got the ball.
Craig Alcock takes the throw. It's Brown, Doyle, and he takes a deflection and goes out for a Chalfont throw. The throw-in's now taken, and it's the number 10, Owen James, which is intercepted. The ball's played forward. Coney chases, but the keeper chips it into Coney. But the number 2's got position for the form of Ethan Burden for Chalfont. They have a little turn, gets it past Coney there, plays it down the line into Danny Wickenden. Danny Wickenden.
Don't ever so well gave it away. Yeah. There's your pass. Can he spot it? He's made the run.
Like you say, the pass goes astray. And well played to Danny Wickenden. He's lost the ball, and look how determined he was to collect the ball.
They put it in. He's in. Keeper. Well done. Young kid's done well there. Again, another great chance. Another great opportunity if he'd have picked the right pass.
Yeah, like you say, the ball's played into the number 9, Alex Kaplan, played it across, looking to find Ashley Hunt. And it was literally a chase between Hunt and Callum Taylor to get there first, which Taylor won that battle. Taylor plays the ball from the goal kick, it's headed away, only as far as Brown. Brown clears the ball forward. It's a miss-time clearance from Burden. Coney's got it, but Burden tackles Coney. It's into Danny Wickenden. Danny Wickenden plays the ball in the middle of the park to the number 7, Stephen Powell. It's now over onto the far side to the number 3, Brandon Kalou, who's intercepted. It's Craig Alcock. Alcock plays it into Christian. Christian's got the ball now. And Christian plays to Jaden Phillips. Jaden Phillips has got the ball. Looks to play the ball into the box. And it's cleared away. And Chalfont now knocked the ball down the line, looking to find Alex Kaplan. Well, he's just managed to keep the ball into play. He's got the ball, he lays it back in to the 10 of course, he's Owen James. Owen James into Stefan. Stefan's now got the ball. He lays it over to Ethan Burden. Ethan Burden into the middle of the park to the number 4 Panny Boxer. And it's now Owen James who has the ball again. Back to Ethan Burden. Chalfont keeping possession well here as his Coney does well to get challenging on that, and it will be a throw to Chalfont.
Yeah, they kept the ball well for a couple of minutes there, Chalfont, and just starting to settle down a little bit more. So again, Harlow need to start getting a grip of the game a little bit now.
And the throw-in is taken. Danny Wickenden picks the ball up, and it's Ethan Burden who puts the ball into the box. And it's Dave Collis who has possession now for Harlow. Dave Collis lays it over to Craig Alcock. Alcock over the halfway line.
Needs to break himself here.
Alcock puts the ball into the box. And the keeper comes
out. Again, no one there. Look where they are.
The keeper come out and punch them, but I think if you, like you say, if you had Christian on the keeper, he drops it.
He's kept that in here. Look at no one's breaking that. It's hard to get back at even.
That's one down. Well done by Owen James. He's passed just a bit astray of Alex Kaplan. It's Danny Wickenden who picks the ball up now. Wickenden's got the ball, looks to get it past Jules Doyle, stands the ball, holds it up and passes to Ethan Burden. Ethan Burden into the middle of the park to the number 4 Panny Boxer, and it's a good challenge from Cyrus Gordon. But knock over the top, looking to find Jaden Phillips as defenders round him, and in the end it's well defended by their number 3 Brandon Kalou, and the ball back to the keeper, and keeper clears the ball out of the stadium, and it will be a Harlow Town throw. Craig Alcock will take this throw on the far side. The throw-in's now taken. It's Christian who's got the ball. And Christian looks to play it back to Alcock. It takes a deflection and goes out for another Harlow Town throw. Alcott takes the throw, it's into Christian. Christian looks to play it back to Alcott, but it's cleared down the line by Luke Elliott. Harlow Town have possession again through Brown. Brown over to Alcott. It's intercepted from Stefan for Chalfont. Harlow Town have possession again from Gavin Austin. Gavin Austin plays the ball forward. It's Cyrus Gordon, Brown, Gordon. And it's intercepted in the end by their number 5. George Doyle plays the ball, and it almost seems like either team's scared to have a shot at this moment in time. As the number 2, Ethan Burden, plays the ball into the number 10, which is Owen James, gets intercepted. George Doyle down the line, has his Coney here, has his Coney's got the ball.
2 in the box.
Puts the ball, puts the pass!
Keeper's done well. He gets off his hand a bit quicker there. Great position there for Harlow, really. They should get something from it.
Very, very close for Harlow now taking the lead, but Danny Wickenden lays it back to number 2, Ethan Burden. Ethan Burden hits down the line, and I think, like you said a moment ago, Phillips is there half a second before I think it goes in the back of the net.
That's right. It just both sides. Well, definitely from the Harlow point of view, Jake, it just lacks that little bit of intensity, that little bit of like single one post at the moment. And I'd just like to see him just put a little bit more effort in. And I think this game's here for either side to win. So whoever really wants to put the effort in to get the result, if you ask me, there's not a huge amount of quality between both sides. And just who's going to want it more.
Ahmed Bayer would take the throw. Throwing taken, it's headed away by Ethan Bird, and it's into the 7, Stefan. And it's cleared down the line by their number 3, which is Brandon Kalu. It's in the middle of the park now with Danny Wickenden. Wickenden plays to James. James plays inside now, still got possession, and a good little clever ball there into the 3, but a great challenge there by
Jordan's track back there. So yeah, he's Jaden's tracked back and done his job for the team there, so that's positives. That's what we want to see.
The throw-in will be taken by Chalfont on the far side. They've got possession.
That's just too easy.
Yeah, I totally agree there. Owen James plays it back to the 7. Intercepted there by Jaden Phillips. Jaden Phillips looks to play the ball down the line. I think Christian may have been off anyway, but the ball's picked up in the middle of the park again from Chalfont. Just joined us here, the score remains Harlow Town 0, Chalfont St Peter 0, as Chalfont on the attack. And it's, James has got the ball for Chalfont. James manages to squeeze it and just wide of the far-hand post, and the score made 0-0.
Yeah, again, more worrying signs for Harlow. I know they're a new side, mate, but they just look a little bit, they don't look as fit. Obviously, Brown's obviously just making his debut, and he hasn't played much football on those things, and he's having some deep breaths. He has worked maybe the hardest out of most of them there, but they need to get together as a side and start working a little bit better as a unit.
And Callum Taylor would take the goal kick for Harlow, and it's Cyrus Gordon looks to get the head on it. George Doyle now, and ball's cleared away by Luke Elliott, the captain, and it's over by his head. And the 11 actually can't put pressure on him, but the ball runs into Callum Taylor's hands. And the ball gets taken, and as his pony gives away a handball, it will be a free kick to be taken by Ethan Bird and deep inside Chalfont's own half. Burden now takes the throw. The free kick. Ball's into the box, and it's Callum Taylor who collects. And it's out to Craig Alcock. Alcock with a couple of pace forward before he plays the ball down line, looking to find Jaden Phillips. And it was good defending in the end, but Coney picks up the ball for Harlow. It's now Craig Alcock. Alcock to Coney. Coney on the far side. Looks to play the ball into the box, and it takes a deflection, and it will be another Harlow Town corner on the far side. Just be interesting to see whether Harlow change their tactics with this corner, because they seem to have been sussed out, whether they go with the tactic that they use.
It looks like they're doing the same thing again. Again, it's still going to be defending on the time they run and the delivery.
obviously the new tactic we use, where it tends to be Collis, Christian, Brown, and now Cyrus running into the box. As the corner's whipped in,
Yeah,
and it's headed away by Alex Chalfont.
Got to beat the first man.
But at least this
Again, Gaffy's on his own here at the back. Keeper stayed.
And Doyle puts the ball into the box.
Dave's Collins got the end of that.
And that was nearly 1-0. It was nearly the manager that scored the goal. But it's collected in at the end by Alex McCorkle. At least, I think, from Harlow point of view, at least that corner stayed on the pitch. The score remains 0-0. Goal kick's now taken. And it's headed away by Bayer and goes out of play, and it will be a Chalfont throw. And the throw to be taken by the number 2, Ethan Burden. Dave Collis clears the ball down line. It's headed away. And it's picked up by Jaden Phillips. Jaden Phillips has been all over the pitch today, getting back defending and getting back and going forward attacking. He's done very well so far. Just no final product, unfortunately, for him, as the ball's played down the middle for Cyrus Gordon. Gordon's got the ball, it's over to Alcock. Alcock with a big boot down line, looking to find Christian. Christian's got the ball, it's back to Jaden. Jaden Phillips has got the ball. It's in to Cyrus Gordon. Cyrus Gordon thinks he's fouled. Like you said, he should have been offside as well, but the game continues as the ball's played down the line. Headed away. Headed back by Chalfont. Dave Collis with a big boot forward. And it's headed out of play in at the end by Luke Elliott. I don't really understand why Harlow keep playing the ball down long, because we've shown when we do keep the ball on the floor, we are causing Chalfont problems.
Yeah, as we said, with Coney was causing the problems. Just sort of, I don't know, just trying to get a grip of the game, aren't they? There's not a huge amount of quality in from both sides. I think, apart from that header.
Sorry to interrupt, because Christian's got the ball. We see into Coney. Alcock puts the ball across the box here. Well, it's headed away by Danny Wickenden. George Doyle's got it at the in the far hand corner of the area. Back to Brown. Brown puts the ball into the box. Christian heads goalwards, and it's just side of the post. And the score remains 0-0. But interestingly, that would have been offside, and I think that's the record he's been doing at the moment. Well, unfortunately for Christian, it's at least offside twice a game.
Yeah, I've got to be honest again. Poor defending there from Chalfont this time. Could have got punished. They're just very sluggish getting out from the two deliveries that come in the box. I think I'm pretty surprised it's still 0-0 on both sides.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's not been a boring 0-0, at least we can say that. As we think we're playing the final game until at least December the 1st, from what you reckon. If we do enter this new proposed lockdown. But will Harlow Town enter that lockdown with 3 points? One thing we can confirm, if we are in lockdown, we'll spend November unbeaten.
I suppose every cloud has a silver lining there.
Got to look at the positives, I guess, as Chalfont have a throw.
Plenty of clean sheets in there as well. So, as I said earlier, it will give Harlow the month to try and regroup, and obviously depending on the laws, if you can train or do anything. But it might come at a good time for them. Just to see, there's a lot of new players been added to the side, and it is difficult just to get thrown out on the pitch together. And you can see that there's not a huge amount of shape and organisation about either side, if I'm honest. So only you can work with that in a training pitch a little bit more.
There will be a corner to Chalfont. This will be taken on the far side.
See if someone marks a 6, it's still unmarked. Alcock's
and it will be Wickenden to take the corner from the far side, and it floats in, and it was the number 4 Panny Boxer who heads, but it hits the top of the netting. Score remains somehow Harlow 0, Chalfont 0.
If that would have gone in, that would have been a bit of a rabbit punch there, wouldn't it, to Harlow?
Yeah.
From Boxer.
And goal kick will be taken by Callum Taylor.
It's important now, the final 10 minutes, Harlow keep a clean sheet and getting at half time without conceding, and that's a major plus, especially after Tuesday night.
Most definitely.
And the way the game's gone, if I'm honest.
And Ethan Burden brings it down the line. You see the water coming off of his boots. Burden's got the ball, it's back into Panny Boxer. Panny Boxer into Wickenden. Wickenden back into Stefan. And it's now Wickenden again. gets the ball past Cyrus Gordon, plays it into Panny Boxer. Panny Boxer over into Stefan. It's intercepted by Cyrus Gordon momentarily as Panny Boxer plays back to Luke Elliott. Luke Elliott, the captain for Chalfont, into Danny Wickenden. Danny Wickenden plays the ball into the box and it goes out for a goal kick. And it will be a goal kick to be taken by Callum Taylor.
So it's got to be one of the best names in non-league football at the moment, Panny Boxer, I think.
And Callum Taylor takes the goal kick. It's headed down line and it goes out for a throw to Harlow Town.
Just how quiet it can stand, Joe. Supporters, everything. There's no cheering, there's no encouragement. It's as flat as you like, and obviously we need a bit of a spark. Harlow need to do something just to get a goal or hit a great challenge, just to give the crowd a little bit of a lift.
Yeah, I must agree with you. Hence how I alluded to earlier, it does feel almost like it's that pre-season friendly or end-of-season game where nothing's on it. Especially after the game at Ware, even at 6-0 down, Harlow fans were singing. So I think it's just two nervous sides that don't want to let anything go at the moment, as the Chalfont will have a goal kick. I think you also lose that kind of atmosphere, especially at the home games with the fans spread out. I think in away games, you still stand in your sixes, but you're all in one place. So I think away fans, even here this season, the away fans have generated the most noise. Even if it is just one man and your dog.
Where are they then?
Obviously, apart from this afternoon, as Harlow Town have a throw-in. It will be Craig Alcott to take the throw for the Hawks. Throw-in's taken. And it's headed down and it's picked up by Christian. Christian turns Luke Elliott quite well there. Christian's still got the ball. Looked to play the ball into the box. Jaden Phillips, could he come out better or that? And he was upended there.
Jake, I don't know if you noticed, there was a 35-yard gap between your midfield and your forwards when you were going forward. They just didn't want to get over and go and support. And they're the things you need to do if you want to score goals and you want to start winning games. You've got to start working a little bit harder off the ball.
I do agree, as a goalkeeper in the form of Andy McCorkle will take the goal kick for Chalfont. Goal kick's now taken, and it's Brown to pick up possession for Harlow. And the ball goes astray, has his Coney collect. It's back to Amit Byer. Amit Byer with a clever little turn there, plays the ball down line, takes a deflection, but Christian gets it on his chest. Christian's still got the ball, he's got Wickenden harassing him here to get the ball back, and somehow Ethan Burden comes away with that ball. Brown takes the ball momentarily before Panny Boxer gets it. Panny Boxer loses possession to Alcott. Craig Alcott's got the ball. It's a chance for Harlow to break here. It's Alcott plays the ball into Coney. Coney's got the ball, takes it on his chest.
It wasn't the best first touch.
Yeah.
The youngster, he looks all bright as spark, but it's a great ball by Alcott. But he should have just, his first touch needed to come across him, and he's let it go across him, and his chance gone at that point.
It's led out for a corner on this near side now to be taken by George Doyle. George Doyle will now take the corner. This is only for people to run into the box. Doyle puts the corner into the box. It's headed away by their number 9, Alex Kathleen, and now Chalfont bring possession forward.
Yeah, the man in the hole's done really well in the last two corners.
And George Doyle will be booked for a yellow card there, and not somebody shouting down the crowd. It's his first one. Do you think that's a little bit harsh?
Yeah, I'm not too sure what he's going for, to be honest, but I won't really see him.
Ethan Burden will take the free kick for Chalfont inside their own half. As the minutes tick closer and closer to half time. Ethan Burden takes the goal kick. The free kick, sorry. Goal kick. It's headed away by Gavin Austin. It's in to Brown. Brown's now got the ball, he turns it around, and he actually, bad pass there, loses possession. Honey Boxer's got the ball. It's now a number 3, Brandon Kalu. Harlow Town win the ball back through Brown. Brown plays it forward and it's cleared away by the captain Luke Elliott. And Craig Alcott gets the ball momentarily, but the number 9's now got the ball in the form of Alex Kaffler, and it's into the 10. 10 shoots, and Owen James could have broke the deadlock there if it was not for the legs of Callum Taylor.
Again, just getting in, not going with runners. Wickenden was on his own. If he would have sort of stepped over that as well. A little bit fortunate coming at the moment, 0-0.
Who would you say would be the happier manager going into the break? Would have been 0-0?
Well, the away team, obviously, because when you've conceded 6 on the Tuesday night and you've lost the last 7, the first thing is to make sure you don't concede at half time. Don't matter how you do it, that's your main objective first. Then you've got a platform to build on, and I think it's important this next 5 minutes that they keep it there. There could be a chance here.
As Brown gets the ball, Brown plays the
This is what lad that can do.
ball into Hazard's line. He's got the ball for Harlow. Plays it in. Oh, hits the side netting.
Again, it's another poor touch that took it away. It looks like he's right-footed, and the keeper went too quick off his line. Should have scored.
And Harlow man went down in the build-up of that. I think it's... I'm trying to work out who's on the floor. I think it's Christian who's on the floor who will receive some treatment now.
Yeah, he just bumped into the midfielder as they went in for the challenge.
Christian will receive some treatment. Looks to be getting up fine now though.
Yeah, like Daniel, right?
I can't say I disagree.
I don't think anyone does.
It's always been a weird fella.
That was very confusing because Armit Byer, who's playing for us, I think his twin brothers just turned up. So that was a little. I thought, when did Armit come on? Armit is on the pitch, as it will be a goal kick to be taken by Andy McCorkle. McCorkle takes the goal kick. And Cyrus Gordon looks to get his head on it. Dave Collis now with a big kick forward, looking and just playing into space, and he's headed back by the number 6 in the form of Ricardo Alexander Greenway into the keeper's hands. And it's taken for the goalkeeper, and it's Gavin Austin who looks to get on the end of the ball, but it's played out for a throw on the far side. A little bit stop and start as the number 7 Stephen Powell picks up the ball, and it goes out for another throw in to Chalfont on the far side. This time to be taken by the number 3 Brandon Kalu. Kalu takes it, Stephen Powell looks to play down the line, and it's Christian who's got the ball. Back to Jules Doyle. Jules Doyle over to Hazard Coney, hits his hand, but the ref doesn't see. Coney into Armit Byer. Danny Wickenden wins possession back now, and somehow gets a free kick.
The ref should have played on there, he had the ball.
And Wickenden will take this free kick.
Important they see these last 2 minutes out, Jake.
Well, it could be Wickenden or it could be Burden. We just had a comment, I didn't quite see that in time, so if you'd like to comment again, and then I will read out your comment. As Danny Wickenden takes this free kick for Chalfont. Wickenden takes the free kick, it's into the box, and I think it would have been offside in the end. The liner picks flag up, but the ball did run out of play. Of course, if you are listening to this stream, and feel free to listen on Periscope with the background audio settings enabled, means that you can do other things on your phone while you're listening. And of course, we will be cutting the stream at half time. We'll be joining you again live for the second half. So that is your opportunity to make a cup of tea and make sure you're back within 15 minutes of the half time whistle. As Callum Taylor takes the goal kick for the Hawks. And that is the half-time whistle. Half-time here in the pitching in Isthmian South Central Division tie between Harlow Town and Chalfont St Peter is 0-0. We'll be back in about 10 to 12 minutes time. See you then. Well, hello there, welcome back to the second half coverage of Harlow Town versus Chalfont St Peter. Myself, Jake Murphy, and the co-commentator, Keith McMahon. Half-time score was Harlow Town 0, Chalfont 0. God knows how both teams with chances to take the lead as Cyrus Gordon lays the ball back to Craig Alcock and gets the second half underway as Alcock plays the ball down the line. And just quickly, Keith, what was your thoughts of the first half?
Yeah, not a huge amount of quality, if I'm honest with you. Two teams you could see are struggling. I thought that Chalfont maybe looked the slightly stronger side and definitely had the better chances. But again, like I said, Harlow did have some glimmer of a little bit of hope with Cone on the right, but on the left side, they just seemed to get tired as the half went on. So hopefully they can regroup and start a little bit more intensity this half. And that's all it's lacking. It's just a team that wants to put more effort in and wants to win. The old cliches, we'll win this game, I think.
And yeah, like you say, both teams going for it. Neither team really want to lose. As it stands, Chalfont will be on 7 points and Harlow will be on 4. Obviously, with it being a draw here, Harlow up 1 place and out of the relegation zone. Only one team goes down, supposedly this season. But could have to play that relegation playoff against a team from Step 5. But if we get that far into the season.
Yeah, I wouldn't really look too much into that, if I'm honest with you, Jake. I'm not so sure where all the info's come from, but it'd be exactly the same as what it was last year. Because they were doing the same thing. So I don't think anyone knows what's happening. But like I said, we just need to take it a game, try and get as many points on the board as possible, and don't be in that situation. It's offside here.
Cyrus Gordon's got the ball,
you know
did put the ball over to Christian, and Lino, as you say, was late with a flag. But Christian's caught offside, and it will be a free kick to be taken by Chalfont's goalkeeper, Andy McCorkle.
So far offside, and he's itching his passport.
And it will be a free kick to be taken by the Chalfont keeper. And the free kick's now taken. It's Dave Hollis who heads this into George Doyle. George Doyle was getting a little bit manhandled there, but he manages to find Jaden Phillips. Phillips back to Craig Alcock. Alcock with a ball into space to find Phillips. And he gets pushed by the number three, of course, Brandon Kalu. And Alcock puts the ball past the box and out the ground.
That's the only thing I think I've seen him do wrong in the 3 games. He's the only real, I'd say, quality out there at the moment. You know, his pass just then into Jordan was decent over the top. He sort of, he definitely looks like he can play decent right back.
And certainly formerly of Sheffield United, and I think maybe Peterborough as well. As the goal kick is taken from Chalfont, and it's kept in play by Coney. But the Chalfont have possession again as they look to find the number 10, Alcock covering, and Callum Taylor comes out and commands his box and collects the ball for the Hawks. Now, when all is said and done at the end of this game, would you say a point's a good point for both sides?
Maybe. For Harlow, you would say yes, because obviously you've got to build a platform somewhere, especially, was it 7 straight defeats and the hammering on Tuesday, and obviously the bit of uncertainty around the team. So they need to build somewhere. Looking at the quality of the opposition, you'll be sitting there thinking that you've got to beat sides like this, and there's no disrespect to Chalfont or to Harlow, but both teams would want 3 points, if I'm honest.
As the ball runs through to the Chalfont goalkeeper, which is of course Andy McCorkle, takes the kick forward, and it's Panny Boxer, and it's now Dave Collis with possession for Harlow. So he plays the ball into the middle of the park. It's collected by the skipper of Chalfont, Luke Elliott. Plays the ball down the line, looking to find the number 10, which is Owen James. Owen James can't get on the end of the ball, and it goes out for a goal kick to be taken by goalkeeper Callum Taylor. And Callum Taylor now takes his goal kick, and it's picked up by Christian. Christian's now got the ball for Harlow. Back to Brown, now to George Doyle. George Doyle's got the ball for the Hawks. Ball looks to go into the box, looking to find Coney. Cyrus Gordon's got the ball now. He's got men round him, and in the end it's cleared away from the number 6, Greenaway. And Chalfont have possession momentarily before Hazard Coney gets the ball back for the Hawks. On the far side, back to Amit Bayer. Bayer plays the ball into the number 9 Jaden Phillips, and it will be a throw to Harlow Town to be taken by Amit Bayer on the far side. It's in to Cyrus Gordon now, skipper of course for the Hawks this afternoon. Amit Bayer looks to run past his man, but it's a good challenge, and it's now picked up by the number 10, which is Owen James. Owen James in to the middle of the park, and with a free kick.
That's a great run there from James, and again, you would say disappointing that he's gone straight through the middle of you, to be fair, but it's a free kick that you would be happy to have from that end with what was going on, and he's got the ball again straight away.
Yeah, Hanny Boxer into James into Wickenden.
Just look there, if you look Jake, look, your skipper just standing still, like nowhere near trying to get back, and the other centre midfielder like walking back. Just need a little bit more life in them. They really do. Yeah. They look like a team that the confidence is just not here at the moment.
I think, yeah, most certainly. Obviously, with all the wins we had at the beginning of the season in the cups, in the friendlies, maybe papered over the cracks a little bit. But obviously, Harlow trying to get this team together. And I must say, with the new signing of junior Jason Brown, he has had a great performance today, barring that one misplaced pass and probably a foul that he shouldn't have really given away. As the goal kick's taken from Callum Taylor, and the ball goes out for a Harlow throw. The throw will be taken by Craig Alcock. Just over the halfway line for the Hawks. Alcock takes the throw. Christian looks to get on his head, and it's Jaden Phillips now. Jaden Phillips has the ball for Harlow. Plays it back to Craig Alcock. Alcock's got the ball with a little clever turn there. Alcock puts the ball into the box, and it ends up running into the keeper's hands in the form of Andy McCorkle. And McCorkle puts the ball down, clears the ball forward. Hollis looks to get on the end of that ball, but it's headed by the number 9, which is Alex Kathleen. Harlow Town have possession again through Cyrus Gordon. Gordon's got the ball, looks to switch the play over to Craig Alcock. Alcock's now got the ball. It's in to Jaden Phillips. Back to Alcock. Alcock with a ball down line, looking to find Christian. Christian can get there. Tries to get round this man. And he lays it back to George Doyle. George Doyle's got the ball now into the box. George Doyle's still there on the edge of the box now. Looks to play in. And he puts the ball into the box, but it takes a deflection and ends up going into the hands of Andy McCorkle. And McCorkle will now clear the ball forward. Headed away by Alcock, but out of play. It will be a Chalfont throw on his near side. And the throw-in will be taken by their number 3, which is Brandon Kalu. Kalu will now take the throw. Looks a throw, and he couldn't get the throw on properly. Harlow claiming a foul throw, but the ball hadn't come in play, so he gets an option to take the throw again. Christian's got the ball, and it just comes off his foot and goes out for another throw to Chalfont. And it will be Kalu to take the throw again. Kalu takes the throw. Alcock holds up the number 9 there. Great play, great little bit of passing play there from Chalfont. Can Dave Collis get on the end of it? Manages to get the ball past the number 9, Alex Kathleen. And it's now Wickenden who's got the ball. Wickenden in to the 11. 11, of course, is Ashley Hunt.
Poor touch letting down there. Good touch. They could have had an opportunity. But again, another misplaced pass, and it just fell to Wickenden. Looks like they're looking to make, someone's looking to make a sub soon, by those things.
And the ball's put in to the immediate Harlow area, but Harlow clear. It's now Alcock. Alcock plays the ball down line to junior Jason Brown. Junior Jason Brown puts the ball into the box, looking to find Christian. It's the 6 who clears, but it's Jules Doyle back into the box, and it's collected in the end by Andy McCorkle. And now Drop kicks the ball out of his hands, straight out of play, and it will be a Harlow Town throw on the far side.
Game's just crying out for a little bit of quality, isn't it, from someone just to win it? Just either a decent pass or a bit of magic for a goal or a decent shot. It's just, at the moment, it's very, very scrappy the second half at the moment.
I think it definitely is going to be one of those games that finishes 1-0. If there is a goal, it's either going to be 0-0 or 1-0 to either side. I can't really see it being a 2-1 or 3-1 from this position. And Dave Collis gives away a foul.
That's a foul. That is a foul.
Yeah, he has given away a foul, but the ref doesn't think so. As the number 10 has the ball in the form of Owen James. Owen James has got the ball, plays into Stefan. Stefan into Hanny. Now back to Stefan. Stefan's now got the ball for Chalfont into James. And James gets pulled and it will be a free kick.
Good passing there. And good, I don't know if you noticed, they just didn't panic. They weren't closed down quick enough and they could just pop it off nice and easy. And that's, again, a little worrying signs now. But the ref didn't book in, is it Brown? I think that's for how many fouls he's had, I would think. But just need to switch on a little bit here.
Yeah, just confirmation that junior Jason Brown has received a yellow card. Also, new signing from Ware FC today.
Do you know what? I'll be shooting from him. I'll be testing the young kid. I'll be definitely testing him.
It's James and Wickenden who stands over the free kick. Our wall has 4 in it. Just, I'd say, about a yard away from the 18-yard box. So probably about 29 yards out this free kick. 28, 29.
Keeper just needs to be a yard closer, I think.
James takes the free kick and it takes the deflection off of George Doyle in the wall, loops over the crossbar, and it will be a corner. And I think if that doesn't take the deflection, I think it could be him.
Yeah.
And it will be a corner to be taken on the far side for Chalfont, to be taken by their number 3, Brandon Kalou. Just joined us here, the score is Harlow Town 0, Chalfont St Peter 0. As Kalou takes this corner on the far side. We're just having a word with Gavin Olsen at the back there before he blows the whistle to allow this corner to resume. And the corner's now in the box by Kalou. And
again, that just sums the game up. You know, you've got, things ain't going great for you in the league, and you get a good chance for a corner and you just put it over the crossbar. That's poor. I think if I was in the dugout, I think you'd hear me from here, Jake. That's awful.
And the goal kick will be taken by Callum Saylor. Both sides looking for the breakthrough. Callum Taylor takes this goal kick, Christian into Junior Brown. And it's now cleared down the line by Craig Alcock. Headed away by the number 3, Kalou. Christian's got the ball now. He's got Stefan in a battle with him. Stefan comes better off. Lays it over in to the other side to Ethan Burden. Burden runs forward. Great little run forward from Burden, but he's forced to stop his run halfway and play the ball in to Panny Boxer. It's over in to Kalou. Kalou puts the ball into the box, takes a touch off of Stefan and goes in to the path of
just no quality whatsoever with the ball in the box, is it? It's very, very poor for this level, if I'm honest. It looks two sides very, very nervous.
Callum Taylor now takes the kick. It's George Doyle looks to get on the end of this ball, and it's Panny Boxer who has it. It's now Craig Alcock. Alcock into Doyle. Doyle back to Alcock. Alcock to Brown. Brown with 2 on him, and it's back to Alcock. Alcock puts the ball into Jaden Phillips. Jaden Phillips got held there, and ball runs out, and it's a goal kick to Chalfont.
You know, Dave, Jake, I don't know what tools Dave's got to deal with Harlow, but I'd be playing Alcock in the middle of the midfield, if I'm honest, to get him on the ball as much as possible, because he looks like he's got a quality, he can pass, he's got a delivery, he's got legs. Surely we can find a right back somewhere and get him where the ball is all the time, because the lad can play.
He's a sensational football league experience. And Hazis Coney has the ball on the far side. Hazis Coney's still got it.
He's been positive if he's come through the reserves, you know. There's someone you can work with there. He looked hungry, he's tried, he's gave everything. So, you know, he's got a bit of pace and he's got a bit of skill. Just needs to learn a little bit, obviously, to play on this level.
It will be a free kick to Harlow. Interestingly, I just saw their number 12, which is Blake D'Arcy. And I was thinking, well, why is he not tackling him? It turned out to be a substitution without without a bib on. So the refs just stopped the game in order to get the bib on the Chalfont player. It's a throw to Harlow, sorry, not a free kick. There was a foul in the build-up. It will be a throw to be taken by Amit Bayer. Bayer now takes the throw and is straight into number 2, Ethan Burden. Chalfont now play the ball forward. Great challenge there by Gavin Austin. It's now chipped forward from Dave Collis, looking to find Christian. Christian's got the ball and it's knocked out of play for a corner from Ricardo Alexander Greenway. It will be a corner on the far side now to be taken from George Doyle for Harlow Town. Somebody's got to give for either side this afternoon. Both teams desperately looking for 3 points. As Doyle will take the corner on the far side. Harlow going with the same tactic corner as before. Nearly paid dividends
Just got to miss
in
the
the first
9.
half.
Just got to miss the man in the hole. He's come for the last 2. If you miss him out, you've got a good chance of scoring.
And the ball's into the box. And it's Brown that looked to get on the end of it. It's a shanked clearance. And it's headed off the line from Luke Elliott.
That's the only bit that's got the crowd move a bit on their toes. A complete shank. And you know, it just sums up the defending there. It's an easy clearance. He's nearly put it in his own net. That would have gone down brilliant.
It will be a corner again from the opposite side this time to be taken from George Doyle. Referee's just having a word. It looks to be with Jaden Phillips and the Chalfont player, which is Ethan Burden. Flashbacks on a horrible night on Tuesday night. But it's a corner gets delivered in from George Doyle on this near side.
Again, Brand's just getting a bit of cramp, I think. They might look at this unless he's trying to hide in the grass.
And he puts the ball in. Collis is there, and he heads out, and it goes out for a goal kick.
Difficult standing jump to get on the end of that. Good delivery though. Put it in a good area. Missed out the big 9 in the hole.
And before the action gets back underway, there will be a Chalfont substitution. Coming onto the pitch is the number 12, Blake de Arce, and coming off is Ashley Hunt.
He actually done alright, Ashley Hunt. I thought. I'm not too sure. Unless Darcy's a decent player, that this is a great move for them. Unless he's got a little injury. Let's see.
The goal kick's now taken. It's headed away by Austin. It's picked up by Stefan. He's got Jaden Phillips round him. Stefan plays the ball in to Danny Wickenden. It's a good challenge by Coney. Coney plays it to Amit Bayer. Bayer's got it on the far side. Ball down line, and it goes out for a Harlow Town throw. Let's just having a word again. 2 balls on the pitch. So the keeper will kick one ball.
Can't play with one of them, so I don't know what we've got 2 on there for.
As Bayer takes this throw for Harlow. Throw is taken, it's headed away. Back in by Harlow, headed away again. And Collis kicks the ball against the number 9, which is Alex Kaplan, and they win a free kick from that ball. Just inside the Harlow half. The free kick looks to be taken by Danny Wickenden. Danny Wickenden takes the free kick.
That's where your goalkeeper's got to come.
And it's headed goalwards from the number 5. Number 5 is Luke Elliott. And somehow Harlow managed to kick that out, but that looked like it was going to be floating into that far right corner.
Yeah, it's in a place where I just said the keeper's got to come and get that. That's right in the 6-yard box. That's the ball's travelled 60 yards. And that's where the youngster, you need someone to come and pick it up for you.
James takes the corner on the far side.
Oh my God.
Collis looks to get on the end of it, and it's 6 Greenway tries to get on the end of it. And it's 6s and 7s from both sides. Eventually Harlow cleared the lines. And it's Jaden Phillips who has the ball momentarily. It's Stefan. It's now the number 2, Ethan Burden. Burden clears the ball forward, and it will run out for a Harlow Town throw. And somehow the score remains 0-0 here between Harlow and
God
Chalfont.
knows what's going on in the area there. The defensive ball bounced and then couldn't clear the lines, and it ricocheted. Lucky to survive there again.
And both teams have had Both teams have had defensive mistakes, and probably both teams have had chances that they should have taken better. But like you say, it remains 0-0. Somehow, as Amit Bayer takes the throw, Christian looks ahead on his, has his Cloney. And Cloney charges the ball down, it deflects off of him, and it will be a throw to be taken by Ethan Burden for Chalfont. Wickenden into the 12 Blake DRC. It's now Owen James. James has got the ball. It's a tackle from Harlow. Cyrus Gordon's got the ball. It's now Cloney. Cloney plays the ball looking to find Christian, but it's intercepted by the number 6 Greenaway. Greenaway's still got the ball. And he lays it back to the 5 Luke Elliott. Luke Elliott plays the ball forward. And Alcock heads back in to the hands of Callum Taylor. Callum Taylor plays the ball to Alcock. Alcock with a ball down line. Christian looks to get his head on. George Doyle finds the ball. George Doyle now for Harlow. Still George Doyle. And he's getting pulled down by Luke Elliott. And the ref is giving no free kick there. I think that's a little bit harsh there.
No, that's good defending. He should have been out there. He had three opportunities to get the ball in the box and didn't. So I think you get a chance, you've got to put it in.
And it will be a goal kick now to be taken by Andy McCorkle. So temperature drops here at the arena.
I'm down with cramp now, Brown, which we said. It won't last.
Yeah, Brown is down with cramp and Alcock will put the ball out. Score remains Harlow 0, Chalfont 0, and hopefully there's no scary finish here on Halloween. So Harlow's 3-point hopes at the end of this one. And, Cyrus Gordon will just hold his leg up to put cramp. Looks like Harlow Town are going to make a substitution. But I guess, like you say, when he's not probably played since pre-season and he's come on and he's done a job today.
He's done okay, to be fair. In his first, he's held his shape well, and obviously he's struggling a little bit now with not playing that much, which is understandable, to be fair to him.
Really? I think both teams will take this most welcomed rest here. Brown is just getting his legs rubbed. He will come off, whether that's momentarily or whether he will be subbed is yet to be seen, but it doesn't look like it. We've got someone warming up, it doesn't look like he's coming on just at this moment. And Chalfont will sportingly throw the ball back to Callum Taylor as Harlow Town in position before we knock the ball out of play. And Taylor will run the ball out forward. Now he will kick the ball. Finds Christian's head, and it's Greenaway who picks up the ball. Jaden Phillips is chasing him down, but it's now the number 2, Ethan Burden. Ethan Burden brings it down the far side. Intercepted by Amit Bayer. Amit Bayer's got the ball. And obviously Harlow Town now go back up to 11 men with Brown coming back on the pitch. Hollis into Brown. Brown looks to play the ball forward and he takes the deflection, and it will be a throw to Harlow Town. Will it be trick or treats for Harlow come the end of the 90 minutes as Harlow play the ball forward? And there's your Halloween reference for the afternoon as George Doyle looks to play the ball forward. And it's picked up by the number 6 for Chalfont. Of course, the number 6 is Greenaway.
Tell you what, he might not get away with this anyway.
Yeah, like
I've got a feeling he's been booked. The ref may pull this back because that wasn't the best challenge in the world. Harlow might want to bring him off anyway.
Of course, he's already on the yellow card.
It's last warning. I think they need to make a sub here.
Yes.
Because they're going to go down to 10 men.
So he's just been told one more, it's the second yellow and you're off.
Yeah.
So it will be a
You've got to
throw
use
to
there. You've got to get a sub.
Chalfont.
It's got cramp as it is, so you've got to be the one down from otherwise.
Yeah, throw is taken by Brandon Kalou. And it's cleared down the line by Orson. And it's now at 12, Blake to RC. Dave Collis is there. Orson's there, the ball's played forward. Christian couldn't get his foot on the end of it. And it's now the number 5, Luke Kelly, who plays it back to Andy McCorkle. McCorkle over into Greenway. Greenway's now got it for Chalfont as he plays the ball forward. And it's Austin who heads, and Dave Collis manages to get there. It's into Alcott. Harlow get away with one there. And if it was the fact that James was switched on a little bit more, he would have got in there.
He would have. Again, no communication. But it's dealt with.
James plays the ball over to the number 2, Ethan Burden. Burden's now got the ball on at the far side. Plays the ball in to Danny Wickenden. Danny Wickenden's got Brown on him. Brown brings him down. I would have thought they were going to give a penalty there, but it's a free kick.
Gordon that brought him down, to be fair, but no, it just got tangled up. No intent.
Callum Taylor would take the free kick for Harlow from his own box. Free kick's taken. It's headed away from Chalfont. It's the number 9, which is Alex Caffline, who's got the ball. Still well. Alex Caffline. It's a tackle by Austin, and they've won a free kick.
It was a foul. He's done really well there. He could have laid, to be fair, the young Darcy in, but he's big and powerful and strong. He's gone himself, and it's a free kick in a good area.
Great chance for Chalfont to have a shot on box. I'd say what's that, about 30 yards out maybe?
Yep, I'd say it's around that. And is Wickenden going to hit this one, or is it going to be? Is the boxer looking to take a sucker punch? These jokes are getting worse.
I know they are. Interestingly, it's in the centre of the goal, as well. Really, the free kick. It's James to stand over it. 4 in the wall for Harlow.
Goalkeeper's left his right hand side.
Chalfont with everyone forward bar 3, and it's a free kick straight to the wall. And really, you want to be getting it at least over the wall.
So they nick this. They got. Look at the 9 all on his own.
And the ball goes out for a Chalfont throw on the far side. Far from a classic, but the score remains 0-0. Could be Harlow's first point since the opening game this season. A 2-0 win against FC Romania. As the number 3 in the former Brandon Kalu plays back to the keeper Andy McCorkle, and it just seems, Keith, the longer this game goes on, it looks like more and more both teams are going to settle for the point.
Yeah, maybe. Neither side want to lose this game. That's how important it is this early in the season, mate. But listen, you've still got loads of games to go. You've got to be braver and just, if you want to get yourself on a run and get some confidence, you've got to believe you can win the game.
Joshua puts the ball into Christian. Christian can't get on the end of it, and the ball will run out for a goal kick in the end to Chalfont. Chalfont, one of the Chalfont players on the far side, I think they're number 2. Ethan Burden can't quite see because he's on the floor, looks in a bit discomfort, but he gets up and he will continue. Interestingly, no substitutions so far for Harlow. We are now 4:23, so we've got about roughly 20 minutes left.
Yep, it's going to be an hour. Who wants it the most? What team's going to be the fittest and want the 3 points?
Harlow will make a substitution momentarily as Dave Collis plays the ball forward, looking to find Christian. It's intercepted by Greenway. Greenway's now got the ball. Ball down line, headed away by Collis. Ball's in the middle with Jules Doyle. Jules Doyle.
Up and under it.
Under in the air. And looks to find Jaden Phillips, and the keeper dropped possession there. And where he actually dropped it, I just stuck a leg out and tried to kick it. But
it would have been a free kick, Jake, I think, if it was carried on.
And the number 2 picks the ball in front, Ethan Burden. It's now Wickenden. Wickenden's got the ball. It's now the number 9, which is Alex Caffline. It's the 7, which is Stefan. It's into Wickenden. Wickenden looks to play the ball across. It's intercepted. It's Brown who plays the ball forward. Probably his worst pass of the afternoon. As Jaden Phillips looks to get on the end of that, just shoved on the floor by Greenway. And it's now Kalu. Kalu into James. James has got the ball for Chalfont as he brings the ball into the area. Plays the ball across. Dave Collis intercepts. Collis now clears the ball forward, and it's picked up by the number 3, which is Kalu. Kalu into Stefan. Stefan into Panny Boxer. Panny Boxer plays forward into Wickenden. Wickenden over into Burden. Burden gets intercepted. It's now Cyrus Gordon who's got the ball. Burden's on the floor in some discomfort. Harlow Town, will they put the ball out? The answer's no. Ahmed Bayer into Coney. Coney brings the ball down line. It's not a head injury, so Harlow can carry on. As Coney brings the ball past the number 4, Penny Boxer, but Penny Boxer have a good challenge, and the ball goes out for a Harlow throw. And Harlow take the throw despite the player being on the floor. And Harlow looks to play the ball forward, but it's cleared down line by
Boxer's
Chalfont.
in trouble here and all now, mate. He's just hurt his ankle in that tackle.
You're right, it does look in some discomfort. Chalfont look to attack. Good little ball over the top of James to get the end of it, but it's not.
Position, right.
Callum Taylor will get the ball. It's outside his area, well shielded, and he wins a goal kick for his troubles. Collis, of course, the manager playing. Centre back just shouted to Christian, "We're not tackling." I think he's got a fair point to make there. As it prepares, look, Harlow looks to prepare a double substitution. Callum Taylor takes the goal kick. It's headed away by Boxer. Back by Alcott. Doyle with a flick over, looking to find Jaden Phillips. It's headed away by the number 5, Luke Elliott. Chalfont have possession now through Burden. Burden's now got the ball as he runs the ball forward. Ball into the box. It's headed away by Gavin Austin, but only as far as number 6, Greenway. Greenway into Kalu. Kalu's got the ball, plays the ball with this box. It's intercepted by George Doyle and out for a corner on the near side.
So a double substitution for Harlow. Looks like Warren Camby's coming on. It'd be for one of the forwards, and I would say that Brown's going to come off as well before he either gets sent off or carried off.
Yeah, it looks like from here it is Warren Kiembe, like you say, and I think Marcus Marku coming on. But before that, there will be a corner taken from Chalfont from Wickenden on this near side. Wickenden takes the corner, and it's headed at the back door, but only as far as Jules Doyle. Jules Doyle clears through the head. It's Burden who lays the ball back into the box, but it's intercepted by Dave Collis. Dave Collis plays in Jaden Phillips. Jaden Phillips, has he got the legs here? If he has, Harlow time in the break. Jaden Phillips shoots, and it's saved by the goalkeeper. The rebound comes out to Jaden Phillips, who's this time outside the box. Phillips has still got the ball. Back to Ahmed Bayer. Bayer in to Christian. It's now Cyrus. Cyrus has got the ball. And it's intercepted, and now Paddy Boxer bring the ball forward to Chalfont. And it's a great ball kick through to the number 9, Alex Huffline. His touch is poor, like you say. He's still got the ball. It's over to James. James shoots. Great save from the keeper, Callum Taylor, and from one end to another. And it could have been 2 goals, but somehow remains 0-0.
Yeah, definitely. Chalfont, I think, had the better of the chance, to be fair, out of the 2. It's a good save in the end by Taylor. He's come out, but I think James will be disappointed he's not scored.
Junior Jason Brown will give way. The difference for Harlow coming on into Marcus Marku. And his second substitution is Jaden Phillips coming off. And coming on is Warren Kiembe. So Kiembe and Marku on, Brown and Phillips off. Of course, Harlow with 1 substitution remaining. I believe Chalfont have 2 remaining in this one. As the throw-in is prepared to be taken by the number 3, Brandon Kalu. Just joined us, score remains 0-0 here between Harlow Town and Chalfont St Peter. Throw-in's now taken, and it's straight out of play, and it will be a Harlow Town throw. And the throw-in taken by Alcott. Christian heads, and it's cleared by Kalu. Collis heads forward. It's now played in by a Penny Boxer, Wickenden. And it's number 2's got the ball now, which of course is Ethan Burden. It's still Burden. And the ball gets away from him and will go out for a Harlow Town throw on the far side to be taken by Ahmed Bayer. Bayer takes the throw. And it's another Harlow Town throw as they look to build up the line. But the ref's giving it Chalfont's way, and Elino gave it Harlow's way. And it will be taken again by Ahmed Bayer, who's forced back. And the throw-in's now taken again. And it's Coney who gets a foot in, and it's Christian now. Christian looks to get the ball down line, good tackle, and it'll go out for another Harlow Town throw. Bayer now takes the throw. It's flicked on by Kiembe. It's cleared down the line. It's now Cyrus Gordon who heads it forward, but Chalfont now with a good ball over top zone.
Start position, yeah.
And Callum Taylor runs out and clears the ball forward into Marcus Marku, and it's now back. And it's like almost like you have the ball, we have the ball, and every team really want to keep it for a long period of time. As Taylor plays out to Alcott. Alcott's now got the ball. Alcott plays into Coney. Coney with a little flick round into Marcus Marku. Marcus Marku's got the ball for the Hawks now. Looks to play in Coney. And it's good defending in the end by the number 3, Brandon Kalu, and he wins a foul for his trouble. Harlow Town seem to be the most vocal on the pitch so far. So noise just picks up a little bit here at the arena, and it will be a free kick to be taken by Andy McCorkle, which now has been taken, and it's headed away by Austin. It looks to go into Coney, it's picked up by Christian. Christian gets pushed there. Marku's got the ball, but it's now Stefan. Hanny Boxer plays into Wickenden. Wickenden across the halfway line now. Still Wickenden, it's over to Ethan Burden. Ethan Burden puts the ball across. It's into the 12, Blake to RC. The RC across goal.
Really good defending by Alcott there. Really good defending. Looks like he's struggling as well.
Like you say, great defending there by Alcott, because it looked like the number 10 Alex Kaplan was going to get an easy toe poke into the goal there. And Chalfont went in front. With basically everyone back by Christian from this throwing position. The throw-in's taken, it's Blake to RC. Hello. Blake to RC again. Blake to RC gets it through Cyrus then. Blake to RC into the box, and he's speed across to number 9, Alex Kaplan. It's Harlow Town 0, Chalfont 1, and really the question is, who on earth is picking up Alex Kaplan then?
Well, that's the quality of passes from that. Into the byline and roll across the 6-yard box, and then obviously he's there for a tapping. It was coming, I think, Jacob. I'm honest with you. It just needs one little bit of quality, and Darcy's made that on the left-hand side there. Harlow will be disappointed.
Yeah, like you say, Harlow are disappointed. I know I'm disappointed with that, but I said earlier it was going to probably be 1-0 to either side. I'm hoping that I'm wrong now and Harlow can at least get a point out of the game. I think you turn from wanting the 3 points to wanting the point in this position, as the ball's back to Craig Alcott from the kicker.
It just goes back to what I was saying earlier, Jake, about the desire and the intensity and wanting to get there, either break your neck in the box to score for the forwards, which Dave's been shouting out to the forwards for most of the second half, but also defensively. You know, do you want to break your neck and stop that ball coming in, or do you want to break your neck and
Doyle does get the ball into the box. Oh, and it's headed away by Chalfont.
Again, you've just got to put your neck, you've got to die in there. You've got to get across your man. This is, the same defending as I just said. You've got to want to die in the box and stop balls coming in or stop them scoring. But at the other end, you've just got to get in front of your defender, and it hasn't done that yet.
Alcott takes the throw. He might have found very long throw. Finds Cyrus Gordon in the middle of the park. Gordon to Doyle. Doyle gets
That's a foul.
Ends up failing number 3.
He's done that well, Carl. He's got his body in the way and just gets the foul. It's easy.
Just joined us here. It is Harlow Town 0, Chalfont St Peter 1, following that goal moments ago from Alex Kaplan. But I think the assist was probably the best thing of the goal in the form of Blake to Arce. Kaplan just had to put it into the empty net. Because Chalfont prepared to make another substitution. As the free kick's now taken.
That can't be, you've got to win your headers there. The ball can't be going over centre half head. You've got to come through and put your head on it.
Callum Taylor throws the ball out to Amit Bayer. Amit Bayer now takes the ball up into Kiembe. Kiembe looked to flick onto Coney, and the ball's cleared straight back from Chalfont and out for another Harlow Town throw. Disappointment for the Hawks so far after a game which probably could have gone either way. But as it stands back at the bottom of the table, as Callum Taylor clears the ball forward into Kiembe, and it's now backed by Luke Elliott.
I think that's all you're going to see for the next 5-6 minutes. Is Chalfont just keeps sticking their foot through it and making you defend up there, and they're bringing off Hunt. Is it James is coming off and on? Knowing them, they've mostly put either a holding midfielder or another defender on and go away with the 3 points.
Yeah, you're right. You see, it is the Owen James coming off, and coming onto the pitch is Josh Bourne.
Chalfont on the 16, Josh Bourne, replacing number 10, Owen James.
Amit Bayer will eventually take this throw, more or less a corner flag for Harlow.
Just look, Jake, you need a goal. You've got no one in their half. Everyone's on that side of the pitch. You just go, look, get a bit of width. You might as well lose 2-0 than 1. You need to get a goal. You've got to get bodies up. You've got to take the game to them.
Totally agree.
Show some desire, show some passion that you want to get a result.
Amit Bayer has another throw on the far side. The throw-in's taken. It's Bayer to put the ball long again, out of play, and it will be a Chalfont throw. And they won't be in any hurry to take this as we tick into the last, say, 5 or so minutes, 5, 6, 7 minutes of this game. Throw-in's now taken. And it comes off Amit Bayer's chest and goes out for another Chalfont throw. Throw-in will be taken by the 2, Ethan Burden. Throw-in's taken. It's the 16 who looks to get on the end of the ball in the form of Josh Bourne. And it goes out for a Harlow Town throw. Can something change for Harlow? Throw's taken short into Dave Collis. Dave Collis switches the play into Craig Alcott. Harlow need to break now as Craig Alcott plays the ball down the line to Coney. Coney's got the ball for the Hawks. Coney in play in the middle to George Doyle. Doyle into Marku. Marku's now got the ball. Being held up, but plays it back to Cyrus Gordon. Cyrus Gordon now over to the near side to Craig Alcott. Alcott into Coney. Coney's now got the ball. Coney's still got the ball, so he cuts inside, plays the ball into Kiembe. Good little pass out to Marku, and it's over the crossbar. And really, that was Harlow's chance there. That was Harlow's chance.
And hopefully they'll see this on Christmas. Who knows?
And that's 158 attendance here at Harlow Town. You just feel maybe Marku saw the lights there. If he'd just maybe got the ball back into the box rather than shooting.
I don't think he shot, mate, if I'm honest. I think that was a cross. He just missed it.
Bayer heads up. It's Collis now. But Chalfont break forward again, and Chalfont could have 2 here as the 16 ball takes a shot and it's deflected out for a throw, I think.
It's like Harlow's going to make their 3rd and final sub.
Interestingly enough, one of their players looked like he's got cramp now. He's gone in the downward dog position in the form of the number 9, Alex Cathal, and he gets back up. Will be a corner on the far side, taken short. Interestingly, they don't hold the ball there, but Danny Wickenden's got the ball. And it goes out for another throw to Chalfont. Harlow shall prepare wanting to take this other sub. Wickenden leaves the ball. And you just see Chalfont starting to waste the time a little bit here, won't you?
Just say peace and love to their goalkeeper.
I think there's only a couple of minutes left by the looks of things, like the line said.
Verdon takes the throw. It's flicked on by Wickenden. It's out of play and goes out for a goal kick. Could this be the last chance saloon for Harlow as Callum Taylor prepares to take this goal kick for Harlow? But we will now have the substitution as Jesus Coney gives way. Coming onto the pitch is the number 14, Amar Lewis.
4 minutes. Like I just said 2. He's just said 2 again, ref.
And 3 minutes at a time now. 3 minutes left for Harlow Town to find an equaliser to get a point this side before Christmas. As it appears this will be maybe our last game before December at least, or maybe Christmas. Well, this government, it could be the last game of the season, you never know. And if that's the case, I'm hoping the season's now avoided and not done a points per game. As Craig Alcott plays the ball in to Christian. Christian into Kiembe, can he get through? The answer's no. This is cleared from Greenway and will be another throw. We're in out of time now. Score Harlow 0, Chalfont 1.
If I'm Chalfont manager, I'd have the big 9 back in the box. And put one of the little ones up. He's big, just edit, volley it away. Could that be a mistake? A long throw coming in, I think, here, mate. There will be one more chance. There'll be one more chance before the end.
It will be a throw to be taken by Alcock, and it's Christian. Christian's got the ball, manages to get around one. Big claims of a penalty. Ref says no, but Alcock puts the ball back into the box. At the back door, can Harlow get the shot off? Billy Wickenden with a Pele in his own area to clear. It's Collis who looks to put the ball back into the box. It's now Gavin Austin. Last chance saloon for the Hawks. Austin over to Alcock. Alcock touches too heavy. It's picked up by the 7, Stefan. Stefan clears the ball down line, and it's cleared away by Austin. It's Cyrus Gordon now. Cyrus Gordon with the ball. Oh! Bad challenge by Blake Darcy. Late as well. Surely has got a bit of booking.
Last chance, I think, is to get the ball in the box. Big 9's gone back.
And that will be a yellow card to Blake Darcy.
Yep, I think that's one of the easiest decisions the referee will have all year.
And it will be a free kick to Harlow just over the halfway line to be taken by Craig Alcock.
Need a decent delivery, yeah. Need a decent delivery.
Harlow have conceded late goals so far this season. Got one late on against Ware, so he made no difference. This time, an 87th minute goal would make all the difference.
This is it. Fight. If you want something, you've got to fight for it.
As Alcock puts the ball into the box. It's headed. Keeper's there. Oh, really, Harlow should have got better from that as Wickenden's got the ball now. Ahmed Bayer runs into Wickenden. And it will be a free kick to Wickenden.
I don't think he will. I think it's going to be a drop ball, mate. I think he thought it was a clash of edge, yeah.
The ref better be adding this on as Greenway clears the ball forward. It's Bayer now.
Last chance, get the ball forward.
Taylor's got the ball for Harlow. Taylor into Austin. Just this is the time you want to go long. As Austin puts the ball long, and it's Christian. Look to head into Marco. It's cleared away by earlier. I think that's the last chance saloon. But Austin will win a throw. Ref looks at his watch.
That's it.
And the ref blows his whistle. Full time here in the pitching in Isthmian South Central Division tie. It's Harlow Town 0, Chalfont St Peter 1. And we could be with you before Christmas. We could be with you after Christmas. So until next time, goodbye. Stay safe. Full time here. Harlow 0, Chalfont 1.